In the frosty winter of 1934, Joseph Stalin, the formidable Soviet leader, found himself embroiled in an amusing escapade that he would never forget. Despite his iron-fisted rule, there were moments when even the most powerful man had to face the whims of fate. One chilly morning, as Stalin was preparing for yet another day of ruling the Soviet Union, he noticed that his usual comb had mysteriously vanished. Fuming with frustration, he summoned his aides and demanded an immediate search for the missing comb. The entire presidential palace turned upside down as staff members scurried to find the elusive grooming tool. Unbeknownst to Stalin, the real culprit behind the missing comb was his prankster son, Vasily. The young Vasily had taken the comb as a prank to poke fun at his father's famous mustache. Little did he know that this innocent prank would turn into a series of chaotic events. As Stalin's aides frantically searched for the comb, the ruler's temper reached its boiling point. He bellowed at his aides, "If my comb isn't found within the hour, heads will roll." Trembling with fear, the aides intensified their efforts, leaving no stone unturned. Meanwhile, Vasily had hidden the comb in the unlikeliest of places, inside a box of precious documents in his father's study. Thinking he had outsmarted the entire staff, he couldn't help but smirk at his cunning. Hours went by, and the comb remained undiscovered. Stalin's rage escalated with each passing moment. As the search continued, an ingenious idea struck one of the aides. He decided to consult a fortune teller renowned for finding lost objects. The fortune teller was known for her bizarre but often accurate predictions. When the fortune teller arrived, she was greeted by a stressed and impatient Stalin. She closed her eyes, waved her hands dramatically, and proclaimed, "Fear not, great leader. The comb is under a pile of important papers, hiding in plain sight." Astonishingly, her prediction matched Vasily's ingenious hiding spot. Stalin, in a mix of skepticism and desperation, ordered his aides to check the box of documents. Lo and behold, there was the missing comb, nestled among the papers. The aides breathed a sigh of relief, but Stalin's temper had yet to cool down. With a scowl on his face, Stalin turned to Vasily and said, "You dare mock me with your pranks? You have caused an entire day of chaos and put the fate of my aides in jeopardy." But beneath the stern exterior, there was a hint of amusement in his eyes. To teach Vasily a lesson, Stalin decided to devise a prank of his own. He looked at his son and said, "Since you enjoy hiding things so much, let's play a little game. You must find a lost item of mine, and if you succeed, I will spare you from punishment." Vasily, eager to prove himself, agreed to the challenge. With a sly grin, Stalin revealed his lost item, a pair of glasses. However, what Vasily didn't know was that the glasses were not actually lost. They were sitting on his father's head the entire time, camouflaged in the shadows of Stalin's bushy mustache. Vasily searched high and low, retracing his steps, and overturning every corner of the palace. He even consulted the same fortune teller, hoping she would provide a clue. Alas, the fortune teller failed this time, unable to see beyond her crystal ball. Hours passed, and Vasily's frustration grew. Finally, as the sun began to set, he returned to his father with a defeated expression. Stalin couldn't hold back his laughter any longer. He pointed to his own face and said, "The glasses were never lost, my son. Sometimes, the answers are right in front of us, hidden in plain sight." The realization dawned upon Vasily, and he couldn't help but chuckle at the irony of the situation. Stalin's stern demeanor melted away as he embraced his son, both sharing a moment of laughter amidst the chaos. The moral of the story is even the most powerful individuals can find themselves entangled in humorous predicaments. Sometimes, a lesson learned through a lighthearted prank can be far more impactful than any display of authority. And most importantly, life's answers are often right in front of us. We just need to look closely to find them.
Thank you for listening. For more stories like this, please consider subscribing.